If you've been keeping up with the news, you've probably heard about the impending Bullwhip Effect. But what is it, and how will it affect us? Well, the term Bullwhip Effect was first coined by a group of researchers in the late 1990s, and it has been used to describe a number of different phenomena since then. In general, the Bullwhip Effect is the tendency for small changes in demand to lead to larger changes in the supply of a good or service. This effect can be seen in many different areas of the economy, but it is most often studied in the context of supply chains. In a nutshell, the bullwhip effect is when small changes in demand cause larger fluctuations in supply. It's named after the way a whip behaves when it's cracked. The further away from the hand that's holding it, the bigger the movement. The bullwhip effect can happen in any industry, but it is especially relevant in businesses that have long supply chains. That's because each link in the supply chain has to forecast future demand, and small discrepancies can add up to big problems further down the line. There are a few key factors that contribute to the bullwhip effect. Number 1, order batching. Businesses tend to place orders in batches, rather than as they need individual items. This means that they order more items than they actually need in order to get a discount from suppliers. When demand spikes, they can end up with a lot of surplus inventory. Number 2, discounts and promotions. Sales and discounts are a great way to boost business, but they can also create the illusion of increased demand. Businesses may order more inventory than they need in order to take advantage of bulk discounts. Number 3, lack of information. In a long supply chain, it can be difficult to get accurate information about customer demand. This can lead to businesses making inaccurate predictions, which can cause them to over or under order inventory. Number 4, psychology. Humans are natural optimists, which can lead us to underestimate how much inventory we actually need. We often think that demand will be higher than it actually is, which can lead to ordering way too much. So is the bullwhip effect happening in 2022? There's no simple answer to this question. The bullwhip effect is a complex phenomena, and there are a lot of factors that can contribute to it. That said, there are a few indicators that the bullwhip effect may be at play in 2022. The first indicator is the economic uncertainty. The last few years have been marked by economic uncertainty, and that is likely to continue in 2022 and beyond. This can lead businesses to be more conservative in their ordering in order to avoid being stuck with surplus inventory. The next is rising costs. The costs of raw material and labor are on the rise, which can put pressure on the businesses to cut costs. This can lead to them reducing their inventory in order to save money. Another factor to consider is the trade tensions. The ongoing trade tension between the US and China are likely to continue in 2022. This can lead to businesses stockpiling inventory in case of a sudden increase in tariffs. Finally, we can't forget about COVID-19. The pandemic has had a major impact on businesses, and it's still unclear what the long-term effects will be. This uncertainty can lead to businesses being more cautious in their ordering in order to avoid surplus inventory. So here's the question. Is Michael Burry right? Well, no one knows how things will play out for the rest of 2022 and beyond. Professionals still tend to speculate. One vocal figure is the Big Short himself, Michael Burry. He tweeted his predictions on how the bullwhip effect will be relevant. Only time will tell if he is in fact correct. One thing we do know is that he has a pretty good track record. All in all, the bullwhip effect can have a big impact on businesses and on the economy as a whole. If you're doing business in 2022, it's important to be aware of the potential for the bullwhip effect and to make sure that you have a plan in place to manage it, especially if you're involved in a long supply chain. Before you leave, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss more quotable wisdom. We'll see you next time.